Hi all, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Karin and I'm so happy to have you here today. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can go outside and find everyday objects like leaves and sticks and branches, and then bring them inside and use them in your home as decor this autumn season. I even have a couple of DIY projects to share with you as well. At the end of the video, I'll take you around my living room and show you how I put it all together to create a warm, cozy, inviting space. So let's get to it. Our home sits on over an acre of land, so I had a little bit of ground to cover. But I knew that I was certain to find exactly what I was looking for. First off, I made this garland for our fireplace mantel using some skinny tree limbs, brown paper, and faux leaves that I already had on hand. I was inspired by one that I saw on the Liz Marie blog. The first thing I did was remove all of the dead leaves from the branches, leaving only the little acorn tops. Next, draw or trace out your leaf on a piece of construction paper. Using that leaf as your template, trace as many leaves as you think you'll need onto the brown paper. Once all of your leaves are cut out, you'll want to start attaching them to your tree limb. Be sure to make a slight crease down the center of the leaf and then put a dab of hot glue at the bottom. And then you'll just pinch the bottom of the leaf to the top of the branch. And then do this a million times until your entire tree limb is covered. When I got pretty close to being done with all of the brown paper leaves, I decided it needed a little bit more dimension, so I added leaves from this stem. I am absolutely in love with how it turned out. Now, I may not have a working fireplace, but that doesn't stop me from decorating as if I do. I had my husband cut a fallen tree limb into pieces so that I could display them as logs in a vintage brass log holder. Now, if I only had a working fireplace to put them in. Another way to bring the outside in is to pick fall flowers from your garden if you have one, or in my case, pick a few small limbs from a tree in your yard and make a small leafy arrangement. I decided to tie these limbs together so that they would stay together better in the vase. I put this little arrangement in a spaghetti sauce jar that I cleaned out the night before. Another great way to bring the outside in is by taking smaller tree branches and using them in arrangements with faux florals or dried naturals. They will add instant dimension and texture to your arrangements. I especially love how they paired so beautifully with the pampas grass in my living room. And aren't the little acorn tops cute? Next, I went out into the yard and looked for leaves that I could press, frame, and use as wall art in the living room. The first step was to press the leaves inside of a book. Luckily, the leaves that I picked were already pretty flattened, so this part didn't take too long. Plus, you know I'm incredibly impatient. Once I was done, I closed the book and added some weight on top. A while back, I was gifted a tub of vintage wood frames by the owner of my local thrift shop, and luckily there were 4 matching ones. So while I waited on the leaves, I went ahead and hung the frames so I knew where they needed to be placed. To begin the process of framing the leaves, I started by cutting a piece of white cardstock. I used the cardboard backing of the frame as a template so that I would get the right size. Once the leaves were ready, I started by placing a leaf in the center of the glass. Next, I set the white piece of cardstock on top, followed by the cardboard backing. My frames had staples in the back that were used to hold everything in place, so I just pushed those down. And voila! You really can't beat free, natural artwork. And last but certainly not least, pine cones make a great finishing touch in your fall decor. Now let's see how it all came together in my living room. I hope that this week's video has inspired you to go walk outside and look through your yard for items that you can use inside for decor as well. I'll be back next week with more fall related content, so if you haven't already, please subscribe so that you won't miss a thing. See y'all next time.